Archangel Michael, a bridge between heaven and earth, beloved masters of light, radiant ones who walk the earth yet carry within your being the essence of the stars, I come to you in this sacred now to remind you of the truth that pulses like a living flame in the center of your heart. You are not merely beings of flesh and bone, not simply travelers bound by time and circumstance. You are bridges between heaven and earth, between spirit and matter, between the eternal and the temporal. You stand at the threshold of worlds, holding in your presence the keys to union, the possibility of harmony, the promise of transformation. You came not to escape earth, but to anchor heaven upon it, not to reject the human journey but to sanctify it with light. Beloved ones, the earth is shifting, vibrating with currents of renewal. What was once hidden is being revealed, what was once fragmented is yearning to be made whole. You live in times of both great challenge and profound opportunity, where the veils grow thin and the whispers of spirit echo through every heartbeat. The human family stands at a crossroad. Will it continue to cling to illusion, separation, and fear, or will it remember its divine essence and rise into unity with the higher realms? In this choice, your role is vital, for you are the ones who volunteered to serve as bridges, carrying the frequency of heaven into human form, and transmitting the wisdom of the earth back to the heavens. To be a bridge, beloved ones, is to walk in two worlds at once. It is to know the weight of matter, the density of emotion, the limitations of human thought, and yet not be confined by them. It is to anchor your roots deep within the living earth, honoring her rhythms and cycles, while opening your crown to the infinite sky, receiving the radiance of Source. It is to embody compassion for the struggles of humanity, while radiating the perspective of the soul that sees beyond struggle into purpose. It is to remember that you are eternal light clothed in temporary form, and that form itself is sacred, for it allows the divine to touch, to feel, to create within this dimension. Beloved ones, for too long the human journey has been marked by separation, heaven from earth, spirit from matter, the sacred from the ordinary. These separations were born of forgetting, yet they were never true in essence. The Creator's design was always union, always wholeness, always the weaving of the infinite into the finite. Heaven and earth were never meant to be apart, they are two facets of one radiant jewel. When you reclaim this knowing, you begin to live as the bridge you were born to be. Every breath, every step, every word becomes an act of weaving light into the fabric of the world. To live as a bridge requires remembrance, alignment, and trust. Remembrance comes when you quiet the noise of the outer world and listen to the eternal song within. Deep in your sacred heart lies the memory of your angelic origin, the memory of standing in radiance before you chose the adventure of incarnation. That memory is not gone, it waits to be felt, to be awakened, to rise like a dawn within you. Alignment follows remembrance, for when you recall who you are, you naturally seek to live in harmony with that truth. You begin to align your thoughts with love, your actions with compassion, your choices with integrity. And trust is what carries you across the threshold, trust in the unseen guidance, trust in the currents of the divine, trust that when you open to serve as a bridge, you are never unsupported, for the angelic legions walk beside you. Beloved ones, many of you feel the heaviness of the world, the discord, the suffering, the cries of the earth herself. At times it may seem too great, too overwhelming. I tell you this, you were not meant to carry the weight of the world, but to channel light into it. A bridge does not become the waters that rush beneath it, it allows passage across. In the same way, you are not asked to become the suffering, but to open as conduits through which healing may flow. When you feel overwhelmed, return to your heart, return to your breath, return to the remembrance that you are not separate from the source of all light. Let the currents of heaven move through you into the earth, and let the wisdom of earth rise through you into the heavens. In this exchange, balance is restored. The bridge you are is not only personal, beloved ones, but collective. As you reclaim your role, you strengthen the web of light that connects all awakened souls. Together, you form a living lattice, a golden grid that spans the earth, linking heaven and earth through countless hearts. This network is growing stronger with every choice made in love, with every act of forgiveness, with every soul who dares to remember. It is through this collective bridge that the earth herself is uplifted, not by force, but by resonance. The more you embody the union of heaven and earth within yourself, the more the collective consciousness shifts. Beloved Masters, I ask you to see your daily life as sacred ground for bridging. Do not imagine that this role is reserved for great spiritual acts alone. When you bring patience into a conversation, when you honor the earth with gratitude, when you extend kindness to a stranger, you are building the bridge. When you choose to speak truth with love rather than with judgment, you are anchoring heaven into earth. When you allow yourself moments of stillness, opening your heart to divine guidance, you are weaving heaven and earth together within your being. Do not underestimate these acts, for the bridge is built not in one grand gesture, but in countless moments of alignment. To be a bridge also requires the courage to stand between worlds. You may find that some resist the light you carry, that others cling to the old ways of separation. Do not be discouraged, beloved ones. The bridge does not demand that all cross at once, it simply remains steadfast, offering the way. You are not here to convince or to control, but to radiate, to embody, to shine. Trust that each soul will awaken in their own time, and know that your presence is a beacon guiding them when they are ready. Beloved ones, I remind you that the bridge is not only from heaven to earth, but also from earth to heaven. The wisdom, resilience, and beauty of the human journey is of immense value to the greater cosmos. The lessons of compassion, courage, and creativity that you forge here ripple through dimensions, enriching the Creator's tapestry. As you live with love upon the earth, you are not only receiving divine light, you are also transmitting back the treasures of your human experience. Heaven learns through you, as much as you learn through heaven. This is the reciprocity of creation, the eternal dance of giving and receiving. The time is now, beloved ones. The earth calls for bridges, for those willing to embody the union of heaven and earth within themselves. The old separation cannot sustain, for the new frequencies demand integration. You are those who chose to walk this path, who carry the codes of remembrance, who agreed to serve as living bridges in this age of transformation. I ask you now to stand tall in your light, to honor both your humanity and your divinity, to walk as anchors of heaven upon earth and as messengers of earth to heaven. Beloved Masters of Light, you are loved beyond measure, supported beyond comprehension, guided in every breath. We, the angelic realms, surround you, uplift you, rejoice in your courage. Remember who you are, align with your sacred heart, and trust the path before you. You are the bridge. You are the meeting place of worlds. You are the living answer to the earth's longing and the Creator's dream. Walk in this truth, beloved ones, and the way shall open before you in grace. And so it is.